Hey everyone, it's me, Marty. Who else would it be, right? Oh, morning coffee. Yesterday I didn't get my morning coffee till afternoon. It's like, anywho, so this is going to be my 200th video. I was going to do one of clips from all of my videos, but I couldn't figure out how to do that because I don't have all my videos on my phone or even my laptop. I mean, I make them and then I upload them to YouTube, and for a while I was saving them, but they just take up too much room on my computer. Someday maybe it'd be neat to download them again and have them on a hard drive or something, but I'm sure they'll always be on YouTube unless YouTube crashes or disappears. But anyway, so I couldn't figure out a way to try to put I wanted to do like the first couple seconds of every single video. I guess I could screenshot the video, and I don't know. Anyway, I decided not to do that, so I'm going to do something a little different. So, isn't every video I do different? Because I'm different, but different is good, right? Anyway, I put together a video of a tribute to my dad. Just missing my dad. My dad passed away a few years ago, and we weren't super close. I mean, my parents were divorced when I was young, and I grew up with my mom, and I didn't see my dad a lot. I mean, I went to his house now and then, and I went fishing and camping and ice fishing and did stuff like that with him, and great memories there. And then later years, I would visit him, or he'd visit me, come over, and we'd make blood sausage, or he'd hang out in the shop with me, and then he went truck driving with me. A few different trips, and he really enjoyed that, and that's where we got the closest, and talking and just different stuff, just enjoying the road together and stuff. And so yeah, I just miss my dad. I wish I would have spent more time with him in the later years. I wish I would have been a better son and all that kind of stuff, but anyway, just miss him a lot. And so I thought, as my 200th video on my YouTube channel, I'd make a tribute to my dad. So I'm gonna play the video here, and it's just pictures I could find on my phone and my computer. I mean, there's lots of other pictures and stuff, but this is just the ones I could find. So I put it together, and probably gonna do a voiceover and explain what a lot of the pictures are, and just talk about my dad. Anyway, so here you go. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks again. And thanks again for being subscribers, and even you who aren't subscribers, and just for watching my videos. And I hope you enjoy them, and I hope they encourage you or inspire you, or at least help you smile. So yeah, thanks again, and have a wonderful day. Okay, so this is a tribute to my dad. This is a really old picture from, I think, the 60s, and that's my dad and me and my sister Sherry and my brother Jerry and my brother Ron. This is a picture of my dad in a walleye caught with his pickup camper behind him. I wish I could make these pictures play longer, but I could only do 10 seconds. That's a picture of me and a walleye I caught, and I broke my pole, and I still caught the fish. Wow, I look like a nerd. There's 3 fish my dad caught. I think they're walleyes. He was really good at catching walleyes. He was really good at catching all fish, really. There's my dad in his boat. It was like a runabout boat from the 60s, it was orange and white, had a Johnson motor on it. This is a picture from we were on the Yellow River in Wisconsin, and that's my dad and I think my Uncle Jake, and we went down and that's my dad and my Uncle Gil at Scenic View Campgrounds in Wisconsin with his pickup camper behind. Another picture of the Yellow River. So my dad and me and my Uncle Jake and my Uncle Gil went down the Yellow River in boats fishing one time, and it was really fun. It was like an all-day trip. This is Scenic View Campgrounds again in Spooner, Wisconsin. That's Paquette Lake. But I spent a lot of time camping with my dad at Scenic View Campgrounds in Spooner, Wisconsin. And then another campground, Hilltop Campgrounds in Ogilvie, Minnesota on Ann Lake. That was another one. I don't know if I have any pictures in here from there, but those 2 campgrounds were kind of the main ones we camped at and fished at when I was younger. There was other ones too, but they were the 2 main ones. This is pictures of Paquette Lake from up on the top of the hill where the campground is. Really pretty view. My dad's pickup camper again. Before the pickup camper, he actually had a pop-up trailer camper that he built years before. And there's the lake again. I always like that picture, really colorful. That's like a dock out on the lake where you can swim out and jump off of and stuff. And there's another walleye, I think. My dad was cleaning. So here's a few pictures, not too many, but a few pictures from Mille Lacs Lake. I think that's a launch out there. So I went with my dad a few times on fishing opener on Mille Lacs. There's a whole bunch of boats out there. I didn't do it too often. My dad and my brothers went all the time, every year. I wish I would have went more, spent more time with them, but sometimes we'd go to Mille Lacs, sometimes we go to Ann Lake or even Scenic View, but that was Mille Lacs Lake up by Garrison, Minnesota, northern Minnesota. Big lake. And here is the inside of my dad's fish house. That's his plaque he had made, Vern's Veranda. He named his fish house. There's a picture of me on the right, the one with me with the pole, broken pole in the walleye. There's my dad and his friend Snuffy. I think his real name was Milton, I think. Inside his fish house. And I actually watched him build that fish house, mid-70s maybe. There's a picture of all the fish houses out on the lake from shore. So it was like a neighborhood of fish houses. My dad's fish house and then his buddies from work, they all had fish houses, and it was kind of a neat little neighborhood. There's a picture of the sun shining on the lake, frozen Mille Lacs Lake. There's the trail leading up to the shore. So lakes kind of crack as the ice moves and freezes and refreezes, and they call it a breaker along the shore. Where the ice builds up there, you can see it a little bit. There's my dad's snowmobile with the houses in the background again. You can kind of see the ice building up there, and it would crack and open. There's my dad's fish house on the left, and I think that's Snuffy's on the right. And the ice would crack, and then there'd be big, giant chunks of ice along the edge. There's my dad's fish house and my friend Chad. He used to come camping with us and fishing with us a lot. There's my dad's snowmobile again and the trailer he made to pull stuff out. And there's the guys working along the shore chopping the breaker down, because sometimes it would open up and then it would refreeze and they'd have to break it down. And I think they even used dynamite to blow it up sometimes. They had to break down the ice and make a trail so you can get up to the shore and out onto the lake. And there's me on the snowmobile. So ice fishing was fun because it wasn't just sitting holding a pole. You know, we would go snowmobiling, hang outside, hang up in the lodge. There's the lodge up there, the Red Door Resort. And pool tables and video games and pinball machines and stuff, and we'd eat and hang out and stuff. And then we'd be in the fish house and we'd fish and eat and stuff. But so here's some pictures of when my dad went trucking with me. He went on a few trips with me. And there's my dad in the truck, one of my earlier trucks. He didn't drive, but he wanted to be in the driver's seat. And those were neat days because, you know, I was older and gave us time to talk. And it was really neat because my dad really enjoyed trucking with me, and he just enjoyed it, you know. And he'd look at the map and figure out the miles and where we were going, all the different things. There's me driving. It gave us a lot of time to talk, and it was just really neat, you know. And I'd always have devotions and coffee in the mornings and pray, and my dad did that with me, and you know, I shared my faith with him a little bit as we drove. And so I don't really know if he knew Jesus. I just don't know, and I wish I would have spent more time to try to help him to know him, and maybe he did. I don't know, God knows. But we had good conversations and stuff, and he loved hanging out in the truck and trucking with me, and he always said it was like camping. So we had some good times on the road. And so my memories with my dad are, again, I didn't grow up with them, but I did a lot of fishing and camping and ice fishing. And then later years he went trucking with me a few times, and would come over and you know, we'd make blood sausage and, you know, hang out in the shop and stuff. And yeah, I wish I would have spent more time with them in the later years. But I cherish the memories I have with my dad. Yeah, I think we were in Indiana or Illinois there somewhere getting loaded. And then I put a couple pictures of me at my scroll saw just because, you know, I learned woodworking from my Uncle Don and Grandpa Mord, but I learned to putz in my shop from my dad. My dad had a little shop at home where he'd work on stuff for the truck or camper or different things, and so I learned to putz just hanging out in the shop and enjoying time in the shop fixing things. And so I wanted to add that in here, because my dad's a part of that. And then I think this was my dad's, well, this was at Thanksgiving, I think, at our house one year. My dad and me and my brother Jerry and brother Ron and sister Diane and sister Shirley. Sherry wasn't there. And this is my dad's, I think, 89th birthday. If I remember right, he passed away that year, I believe, 89 or 90. I don't know if he made it to 90, I don't remember for sure, but around there. And this is the last picture I think I took with my dad. I was actually trucking, and he lived in Perham, and I was up there doing a delivery, and I stopped to see him for a bit. Thanks, Dad, for the memories.